Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now, let's jump right into it. So as we can see, we're starting to see more green. Is it still possible that we could see XRP hit 15 cents? Now, the sentiment is everyone thinks XRP is going below, 19 cents to like the 15-cent range. Now, when everyone says something, the opposite usually happens. Now, but who knows what's going to happen? Anything really is possible at this point. Well, let's just jump right into the news. Lots of interesting, news coming out every day. Now, we could see here, HODL Style tweeted out, breaking, XRP can now be purchased at 3,000 ATMs worldwide. The world's largest manufacturer of ATMs announced a few hours ago XRP is now supported. It's all happening right before our eyes. Soon moon. As I'll leave all these in the description below so you guys can investigate further. But we could see here the largest manufacturer of ATMs announced a few hours ago XRP is now supported. Why would they do that? We're getting a step closer. I'll tweet it again. No, wait. AOL. Leveling the playing field. The industry leader in fair play. That is quite interesting. So is this subliminal messaging, Is this subliminal messaging? Who knows? But that's very interesting. Our explosion tweeted out one more perspective. Just look at the charts of Bitcoin and Ethereum and now compare these with XRP charts. XRP charts controlled within tight limits. This looks more than a glitch or stress testing. Now we could see here, now this is quite interesting. This happened in Fiat Leak. Look at this. So Ethereum is, rambling on. Same with Bitcoin, going up and down. Now we click on XRP JPY Japan. If you translate this, I'm pretty sure it's like around 1.8k USD per XRP. And look at this, it's going up and down. The volatile is so crazy right here. That's insane. This happened, I think, a couple days ago. But what do you guys think? What's happening with XRP over there? Happy XRP tweeted out 81 million in Japan app users can now buy XRP. SBI Japan loves XRP. Fiat Leak seen massive influx of XRP investment from Japan. Line app access to 81 million in Japan. Also 164 million users across other countries with BitMax to launch in there also. Now we can see here very exciting news today as BitMax launches a digital asset trading platform which will make XRP available to buy for 81 million in Japan. There we go. That we've seen a huge influx of XRP investment from Japan. We can see from Fiat Leak if we go right there. Now people are hearing more about XRP, the average Joes. So we are getting a step closer, to this new financial system. Now Darkness tweeted out a switch was flipped. Reverse Bearable Guy called it. Ripple removed JPY data from their charts to cover this up. No data. Where is the data? Where is the data, dude? That's insane, huh? So he's saying that, Ripple removed, the chart for this to cover like the whole thing up of, the 2K per XRP. So quite interesting. Jack the Rippler tweeted out, boom. So there's over 1.6k cryptocurrencies that use blockchain. All of us have probably heard about Bitcoin, some of us about Ethereum. In Japan, almost every bank is starting to work with what is called XRP. Now, we already heard almost every Japanese bank is starting to work with Ripple's XRP. Next tweet we have is from Reborn. XRP Community. Ignore the naysayers. Open your eyes. The world is about to change drastically. The dollar is dead. The shift has already occurred behind closed doors. XRP is the new standard. The time is now. The greatest transfers of wealth the world has ever seen. Right here, The Economist, right there. So, and he keeps going on, to explain more. The dollar is dead. So I'm pretty sure, next year a lot of people will know about XRP. Now people are saying ICE 9 is coming through. ICE 9. We'll surely see a video about that. Next tweet we have is from Roses on the Moon. We have regulation. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple soon moon. Now let's watch this video.
One thing is coming, and that is regulation.
Yeah.
If you were in the room with the regulators, whether it be the Securities and Exchange Commission, the FDIC, whoever, what 2 or 3 things would you insist be in that regulation?
Well, you're going to think I'm dodging the question. I swear I'm not. We have regulation. We have regulation. I mean, because what you're asking me is what are the new regulation? In effect, you're saying what new regulation should exist for this? And I think, well, we have extremely robust banking regulation. Any new entrant in that should be subject to those regulations.
But when people in this room say, are you a bank, you would say no.
Well, I'm not a bank, meaning like I don't hold deposits. I don't have accounts. I don't have wallets. When I go talk to regulators, what I quickly explain to them is your regulatory framework that exists today is going to exist exactly the same the day after.
You know one
So
thing
as
is
we can see, the CEO of Ripple, XRP, stated that we already have regulation. Now, we have to take this for what he says. We already have regulation. It's already done, guys. It's already here. The time is now. Remember, as this daily tweet, a gold standard in cryptocurrency kind of way. This is quite interesting. Let's watch this video.
A sense of providing that reliable unit of account so you can make plans. And under a gold standard, you did have that stability, and I think that's what's missing. And so I like the idea of a gold standard. I mean, it could be used in a very cryptocurrency way. The point is, do you have a unified money system so that when you talk about the international marketplace, everyone is playing on a level monetary playing field?
Wow.
And it's very important to have a rules-based approach, and that's why I'm advocating that we need to look at the virtues of a gold standard and try to come up with something much closer to matching those, and then I think we would have more solid economic growth.
XRP, guys, gold backed. Interesting. Level playing field. Again and again and again, guys. Wealth transfer this next decade. A couple days away till the New Year's, guys. Happy XRP tweeted out December 31st, 2019. End of decade. January 1st, 2020. Welcome to the new era, guys. Global transformation. Fourth industrial revolution. New world order. One world currency. We can see here, Esoteric tweeted out, we're on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order. David Rockefeller. Okay, guys, now we're getting very interesting, because if we click on the next tweet, Kevin Cage tweeted out, shock, freeze, power grab, World Bank, IMF, and Fed. Watch the first 20 minutes and let me know your thoughts. Play on 2x speed to save time. Now, guys, we're going to watch 5 minutes of this, but I'll put it on 2x speed. You guys can watch the other, 15 minutes to sum it up, but this is very interesting right here.
Wall Street. What's more?
Since ancient times, the financial elite have been planning, waiting. Dreams of domination, of total control, have been passed down. Their plan has changed hands countless times, but its core goal has remained unchanged, nurtured through generations, from Caesar to Charlemagne, from Napoleon to Roosevelt, and down to the present day, and the first generation with the technology to carry that plan out. When they unleash it on an unsuspecting public, there will be no time to prepare, no time to react. In just 48 hours, the elites will freeze bank and brokerage accounts worldwide. Millions of Americans will lose access to their own money, in some cases, forever. And the elites will have seized unprecedented control over our money and our very lives. But one of their most respected members has decided to break ranks. He has agreed to expose their plan today in full. What he reveals over the next few minutes could save your family from sudden financial ruin. As you're about to see, it could one day save your life. Hello, I'm John Burke for the Daily Reckoning. We are coming to you today from our perch overlooking the White House in our nation's capital. Welcome to this emergency briefing with Jim Rickards, financial threat and asymmetric warfare advisor to the White House, Pentagon, and CIA. Rickards joins us today with an urgent warning, one he hopes all Americans will heed. According to Jim Rickards and members of the U.S. intelligence community, the time to prepare has arrived. Mr. Rickards, welcome to our broadcast.
My pleasure, John. Thank you for having me.
Now, your team has identified a network of elite operatives, and they have wormed their way into many of the most powerful financial institutions on Earth. This list includes the International Monetary Fund, the Bank of International Settlements, the World Bank, the United Nations, and every central bank in the G20, including our own Federal Reserve. When the signal sounds, you predict that this network will pull the plug on the global financial system. Now, that will cause every bank, brokerage, and business to go dark in a massive coordinated attack. Their latest hit list, if you will, includes some 5,967 banks, such as Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and JP Morgan Chase. But they won't stop at the banks. These elite operatives will move to take control of approximately 3,800 asset managers as well. Now, Jim, you expect to see them seize control of BlackRock for nearly $5 trillion, Fidelity for $2 trillion, Vanguard for $3 trillion, and UBS and State Street for a combined $5 trillion or so. And when the freeze comes, citizens nationwide will lose access to their money almost instantly. No cash will be allowed to enter or exit the system without the network's approval. And Donald Trump's presidency will not likely survive the chaos about to ensue. But before we get to research shows that their ICE 9 plan goes much, much deeper than that. Now, you refer to their plan as ICE 9. You just said that. What does that mean?
It's a reference to the Kurt Vonnegut novel, Cat's Cradle. In the book, a mad scientist creates a new form of water molecule called ICE 9. When it comes in contact with other water molecules, it freezes them at room temperature. One drop of ICE 9 can freeze the whole ocean. And that's what these elite operatives are about to do to the world economy.
Now, can you share with our viewers exactly who these operatives are and what their ultimate goal might be?
Like I said, John, more than 189 elite agents have slowly wormed their way into leadership positions across the board. They now sit at or near the head of the IMF, the World Bank, and even our own Federal Reserve. They also control much of what happens at the central banks of China, Russia, India, Brazil, Canada, and Europe. As you know, these
So we could see right there, ICE 9 might take place, and then the new quantum financial system will hit, and everyone will be in shock. Quite an interesting video. I'll leave it in the description below so you guys can check it out further. So guys, now we're into the, fun part of XRP and the XRP community. I'm obviously not a financial advisor. Obviously, you guys should do your own research, but let's just get right into it. I pinky tweeted out Bearable Guy 123 decoder earlier 2018. Now we could see here, at the time, yes, but Rome wasn't built in a day. What keeps me grounded is remembering that this will be my retirement in 24 months. So I'll work and think about other things. So that happened, in 2018. Now 2 years passed. Boom, 2020. The year, guys, the year. Now Baba Yaga tweets a lot of stuff. So one of his tweets stated, there is no more moon dates for Bearable Guy 123. December 31st, 2019 is the final date. Starting January 1st, 2020, all events will unfold according to his prior tweets, as I've mentioned multiple times. January 21st, January 23, January 24, January 31st. CKJ occurs in February. Now that's quite interesting. If we go up here, so it begins January 21st, 2019. All images have 1 year delta. When's the last repo contract? January 14, 2020. Now ain't that something? Everything is planned. Repos 14, so it begins 21. New Year's 24, sure. 589 31st. So we could see here that this is quite interesting. Next month, January of 2020. If it doesn't happen then who knows what's going to happen. Now, Mr. Poole comes back with a couple tweets. Now, this is quite interesting. We could see here, number one. So you see that, and then anyone see 2020 in the background. And then the last tweet for today's video we have is this. Now, Jane Ann Dalton tweeted out and decoded it. Double plus meaning. Plan B begins shortly. 2255. This is what will change the current financial system. Change will occur overnight internally. 3. Duplicate drop. So we could see here, change will occur overnight. But that's all we have for today's video, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys.